normal time. So it's 6 o'clock means around 7. No, seriously. This is radio. This is professional radio.
Professional radio, for the most part.
So when we say 6, we mean 5 after 6. And to tune in, when you tune in on Wednesdays, you're going to hear good music and going to find out what's going on in the arts.
Yes, in Newmarket and around Newmarket.
Around Newmarket,
Toronto, Barrie, we love to consider those our sister cities.
Our listening area.
Yeah.
Or our internet listening
Plus, there's
area.
a lot of local great talent in Barrie and Toronto, which can use our help.
Absolutely.
At ArtsTalk.
They need the massive reach.
Yes, the thousands of listeners.
The worldwide reach. I happen to know we have listeners in London, England.
Are you making that up? Or?
No,
That's amazing.
Totally am not.
That's wicked. I know we got some listeners in, the Newmarket and the Markham and the Richmond Hill areas. And
they listen online, which is a good way to listen to us.
Listening online is a good way. If you're lucky enough to get this on your car radio, consider yourself lucky, right?
If you're on your rush hour drive home from Newmarket to Newmarket, then you can listen to us. We're like the afternoon drive show. It's a shame that people can't catch us coming up from Toronto.
It's a shame. Maybe we should talk to the radio station manager.
About increasing the signal?
Gareth.
Come
on.
Get us a better signal.
So anyways, we had a guest scheduled and we can't seem to find him.
He can't be found.
So we're going to, take the show on the road ourselves, I think.
It's going to be a bit of a seat of the pants.
Yes, but we both had eventful weeks, which kind of all, both of our experiences have to do with music and music history and everything. So
there's things to talk about.
Yeah, we always have.
So why don't we start off with the latest from Rue Bella?
Okay. That'd be great.
So what happened?
So Rue Bella went into the studio last week to start recording our follow-up EP. We're almost set on the name, and I can't wait to share it, but I'm not going to share it just yet.
The name of the EP?
The name of the EP.
Oh, so you have a name.
I think we have a name.
Nice.
We're going to talk about it later tonight.
Debating about it a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. But, it's a process making an EP. But, so we recorded at Rattlebox North Studios, which is in Vaughan, I believe. Vaughan, North York area. And that was with the engineer/producer Brian Moncars. He engineered we worked on 3 tracks. And John Angus McDonald from the Trues did the production of those 3 tracks, which was really, really cool because I don't think any of us have really worked with a producer. And I know, so Brandon, there's a band called Scratching Post that he played in. Have you ever heard of Scratching Post?
The name really rings a bell.
Yeah, they were pretty big anyways. But so I know he's had some experience, but for the most part, it wasn't with songs that he had written, I think. So for all of us, we had never had a producer take our own songs and, he didn't change the songs per se. He just, what's the word? Accented certain parts or rearranged something so it made better sense for a listener's point of view. It was really, really interesting because I have never worked with a producer before, and to see hear what he heard was really cool. It's really just interesting to see you have a creation, a song that you've written, and it's the way that you picture it, and then someone can make a suggestion and swap something around, and you're just like, yes, this makes so much more sense, or this is, so it just was really cool.
Give me an example,
like a bridge,
okay.
So changing a bridge, taking a little bit of this part of the song and reintroducing it later on, so that it's something that the listener can recognize because they heard it 30-40 seconds before, or something like that. It's just...
So you had done some, the week before, you had done pre-production meetings with John Angus.
Yes.
So this is, I'm assuming that he could build familiarities with the song.
Yeah, I think I think that what any good producer would do is, take recordings, listen to them, absorb them, and then be a part of the live rehearsal and say, well, try this. Why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? And it's just all about finding not a happy medium, but sort of finding something where everyone's happy, everyone really likes what we're coming up with and putting out into the world, and it just was really cool.
Was there a point where you said, no, I don't want to do that? Did he suggest anything that you wanted to reject, really?
I can be, you know me.
You can be fairly forceful in your opinion.
But there was also things where it was he's like, no, do that, try this. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. And then I do it. And I finally got it, and I was so happy that I was pushed to do that, because it was like something like a vocal range of mine where I was like, oh, I don't know that I can do that. I don't know that I can hit that note or whatever. And he's like, yeah. And so that's what I think a good producer does, is makes you the best band that you can be and putting out the best material that you're capable of, whether or not you're aware that you're capable of it while you're writing it, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he was going for what? For some kind of radio ready sound for you?
Maybe. I guess, yeah, like there is every band that wants to make it, I have quotation marks in my hands. Yeah, any band that wants to sort of make it or break the market, you do need to have some sort of commercial element to your music, or something that's just, being catchy is awesome, but let's make it the best possible sort of catchy, where you're not overly repetitive, but you're repetitive enough. I don't know. This isn't John Angus's words or anything like that. I'm trying to.
It's your interpretation.
This is my interpretation
of
it.
What he was trying to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or just like any good producer. So yeah, sorry, I just trailed off. Don't know what the question was.
No, the idea of him trying to craft the songs in a certain direction to achieve a certain goal.
Yeah.
Because so he's thinking about a certain kind of listener.
I think that he has
like
listeners
Rue Bella.
involved. I think that producers in general probably have listeners involved, because it's such a huge part of music, right? Like, you make music for yourself, but you also make it for other people, whatever your expectation is, whether you just want to affect people, like you want to like hit some, like emotionally, you want to reach out to people, or you want to but you want to create music that is on the airwaves, or is like an exciting, rockin' song that affects people that way, makes them happy, whatever it is. Listeners and other people will always be a part of creating music, right?
They have to be, right?
That's part of the reason.
You make it to make yourself happy.
Yes.
But if it's going to be your business, then you have to find customers. I guess it could be a business.
Yeah.
You got to find people who want to do business with you.
Yeah.
And it's easier, I think, if you're easily categorized, if you're speed metal, or if you're dance pop, or if you can easily be put into a category.
I like that idea, but I also think that sometimes those categories are so saturated that it's nice to have I always say that. A breath of fresh air. I always say a fresh of breath air.
Yeah, and I remember when you appeared on Rock 95 with Randy Richards.
Yeah.
I remember hearing Randy kind of struggle to try to categorize you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You're sort of the jazz influence for sure, but
yeah, like we don't play jazz music, but we have this like jazzy like sound, and we have different elements. It's so awesome because Rue Bella did well kind of right off the bat once we started going into the public market, and it's given us a lot of time to grow. Like we came out with our original demo, we've only been together for a year maybe, and now as a band I can see us we've grown a lot, and our songs have grown a lot, and it's really cool because it helps to define us a little bit better.
Did you feel it was some validation that a professional like John Angus MacDonald liked what you were doing?
Yeah, that was like the first time, I think, the first time that I'd had any sort of recognition by someone who's like in the music scene, like Juno nominated, playing to hundreds of thousands of people, player. And for him, who
frankly didn't care whether you liked him or not. I mean, your friends and family and people like me, of course we love your music, but him, if he didn't like it,
for sure,
he would have taken that gig.
Exactly. Yeah, and it was really, really cool. Like, he came out to the Horseshoe gig we did in August with Randy Richards. And and seemed to like what we did and was interested in working with us. And so it was a really, really big treat. It was really special to work with him, and what we've heard so far sounds amazing, and I can't wait to share it.
We'll be having the launch show
we will.
At some point here on ArtsTalk.
I think in April.
And you are listening to ArtsTalk on 102.7 Shop FM. I'm Taylor Koss.
I'm Dave Peters.
And we're talking about Rue Bella and the recent recording experience that they had at Rattlebox North in Vaughan. I guess that assumes that there's a Rattlebox South, is there?
I don't know about that. I think that he used to have a studio downtown. So then he moved up north, and now it's Rattlebox North.
So why have an engineer? Is that the engineer's just worried about the quality of the sound?
Engineer is the person manning the whole control board.
Moving the knobs.
Yes.
And he doesn't care about the arrangement.
Just knobs.
But does he care about the arrangement? I mean, the producer cares about the arrangement, and like you're talking about.
I think as an engineer, I think that an engineer doesn't really have as much say. But so Brian also is mixing all of the tracks as well, which is another job, sort of. Like, sometimes the engineer doesn't mix, sometimes they do. So he's gonna be mixing it, and then we're gonna get them all mastered. We only have half the songs of the EP done so far, so.
And the EP is going to be 6 songs?
Yeah, it's going to be 6 songs. So, yeah. It's going to be awesome. But for now, we can share this song. It's the last track that we recorded, and we are going to be re-recording this song for the next EP a little bit differently than this version. So,
let's hear it. What is it?
Let's hear it. It's Socialites, the Antisocial Mix by Rue Bella.
On
ArtsTalk, 102.7 Chop FM.
Slick back, gonna drown.
Reddies with Meat, Sweats, and Alcohol Poisoning.
Oh, yes.
On 102.7 Chop FM. This is ArtsTalk. I'm Dave Peters.
I'm Taylor Koss.
And so the Reddies, with our friend Adam Vetter on drums,
yes,
are playing some shows. We love the Reddies.
They are Newmarket punk legends.
That's it. They're legends.
Got it. Yeah, so they are playing next month, February 23rd at Cherry Cola's, which is under new management and new bookers.
Excellent.
Any bands out there, make sure you message Cherry Cola's because they are looking to book some bands. And then February 24th, they are playing at the Fox Lounge in Barrie with the Filthy Radicals and Rehab for Quitters, which I know Rehab for Quitters is a pretty wicked band. And also they're playing the night before, like I said, Cherry Cola's, they're playing with a band called Output, which is a very awesome band. And we are going to have them on ArtsTalk in about a month, I believe.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So good shows.
And before that, we heard Rue Bella with Socialites, the Anti-Social Mix. And Rue Bella's got a couple shows coming up, too, in February, right?
We
the
do.
3rd?
Yeah. So February 3rd, we're playing at the Cameron House, and that is with, I can geek out a little bit right now. We're playing with a band called Paper Maps, Hot Lips, which it's their show, their single release party.
Yeah.
Nathan McNevin, I believe, and a band called White Swan. And White Swan, so when I was a little girl, like 13, I started playing music, but I started listening to this band called Kitty, which is all metal. It was like they were teenagers, all female metal band from London. And they were really big in those days. So anyways, the drummer of that band is the lead singer of White Swan. Okay. So Rue Bella gets to open up for this like member of Kitty, and I am just so excited.
That's cool. An all-female metal band. You don't hear too many of those.
Yeah, and they are still around. Kitty does still play. But this band, White Swan, is Mercedes Lander, the drummer of Kitty. It's her new project, I think. So she plays guitar, sings, and I saw she's doing a little bit of keyboard stuff.
That's
videos.
Beautiful.
So
I'm going to that show
excited.
February 3rd, so that'll be cool. That'll be fun to see them.
I hope you are.
And then there's another one the next Friday, isn't that, on the 10th?
The following Friday, Rue Bella plays with a band called Bigfoot's Hand, which is a Barrie band.
My bad name.
And we're playing at the Fox Lounge, the Rock Bar of Barrie. February 10th at the Fox Lounge.
That's fantastic.
Yes. So
people got to keep their eyes on the Rue Bella Facebook page, I guess, for the
that's probably the best for us.
The CD.
Yeah, we post a lot on Facebook, but all of our stuff.
You getting a lot of followers?
I think so. Not at 1,000 yet, but one day.
I'm pushing. Is 1,000 the number to prove that you're real?
No, like 100,000's the number.
How many does the ArtsTalk page have?
Like 200 and something.
200.
Like Rue Bella's like almost 800.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
But like some bands have like 40,000 or like 10,000, It's all weird. It's actually weird. It's interesting because Facebook likes totally have at least for me, a little bit of a weight when I see a band and they have like 1,000 or 2,000 followers. I'm like, okay, so this band's either been around or they're doing really well or whatever. And it's interesting because, sometimes you listen to that band that's got like 5,000 likes and it's just not my cup of tea. And it's just like, oh, I wonder what this means. But then there's some where they have 200 likes and I'm like, this is friggin' awesome. Like, why do they not, so it's, likes are,
it's hard to really value a like.
Like, it's sort of valuable.
Yeah. Now, you guys are trying to raise a little financial support through Indiegogo. How's that going?
Thanks for that. Actually, really well. I think we have about almost 2,000 raised.
Hey, that's terrific.
Like,
good stuff.
Yeah, I really wasn't sure what we were going to get from it. So, you can look that up. It's Indiegogo.com and just search Rue Bella, Indiegogo, and you'll find it.
And Rue Bella is RUE, new word, BELLA, just in case it's not German measles. This is not a medical band.
Exactly. No.
It's a beautiful street, I guess, right?
Yeah, beautiful street. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of cool rewards. You can get like t-shirts, our past EP with that new Socialites track on it. It's a special edition CD, and you can get handwritten lyrics. You can, if you donate X amount of money, you can pick you can do a personal request of a song for us to cover. There's all sorts of different things. So check it out, Indiegogo, Rue Bella.
Fantastic.
So what did you do last week, Dave? I heard you did some stuff.
My youngest daughter, Melissa, turned 21 on January 9th.
Ooh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Melissa. Mm-hmm. And we went down to Manhattan, New York City. So that she could have a legal cocktail in the United States of America, New York City. And so one of the things you got to do when you go to Manhattan is go to the Bowery and visit CBGB.
Yes.
Now, of course, CBGB closed as a live music venue. was going to say 5 years ago, maybe?
I don't know.
5, 6
I
years
really
ago.
don't know.
A good long time. And the site, 315 the Bowery, has been replaced by a John Varvatos designer clothing store. But they've really kept the rock vibe. In fact, the stage is still there, and it's still set up.
That's really cool. The stage is still there.
Yeah, they've got a drum kit on it. They've got amps on it. They've got
I'm
guitars
disappointed that
on it.
no one seemed like. Do people play that stage?
I don't think so.
Maybe that's like insider New York info. Like maybe we don't know it because we're Canadian.
Could be.
I hope so.
Could be. But they've kept most of the interior, like the walls with all the stickers and posters and everything else is mostly there. But there's very, very high-end fashion there. Rocker fashion, mind you. You know, like crop jackets and stuff like that. And there were some very cool, hip-looking people in there shopping. But this is not starving musicians who are in there. The kind of punks that were playing that bar are not shopping at CBGB.
Yeah, I would say like $100 you said a t-shirt, right?
Yeah, it was. I saw a cool CBGB t-shirt, which I was going to get, and it was $100 US.
Ridiculous.
Which strikes me as a little excessive.
Dude, like you bought CBGBs. Why are you not filling it with like the same great local? Well, I don't know. New York is so crazy. I've never been there. I assume it's expensive, but there's got to be the starving musicians like by the plentiful, right?
Yeah, and it wasn't surprisingly, it wasn't all that busy. And I guess people have learned, you know, there's other. I guess that scene has moved somewhere else.
Did you go to the Chelsea Hotel?
No, never went to the Chelsea. We were in Chelsea, but we didn't go to the Chelsea Hotel.
I want to go see it so bad. Just from that Leonard Cohen song, it's my favorite.
Yeah. We were beautiful. In the is it the Bowery Hotel? For breakfast.
I've heard of the Bowery. I know because that's a street,
it's
right?
It's a street, yeah.
But I don't know
much. It describes like a neighborhood.
Yeah.
And
like Talking Heads and that sort of
scene. It was really where all that was going on back in the 70s.
I wish I was there.
Long time. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was when New York was a much different place.
Sounds like it. It definitely
rough,
sounds like
sketchy.
Rough. But it seemed kind of like a better, well, I don't know if it's a better home for the artist, but the artists seem to be like, you know, coming out of that area like crazy, or like, I mean, maybe you're not coming out of it, but flocking to that area.
Now or then?
Back then, like it was a big
because
home
you could rent for cheap down there.
Yeah.
It was sketchy, right? Soho,
Greenwich,
Bowery. It was all it was kind of sketchy. So an artist living on an artist's income could live there. Not anymore. Not anymore. It's like $1,000 a square foot.
So we got some music coming up. We have one of our favorite past guests, the Prince of Toronto, Jackson Fishoff.
Yeah, one of the nicest guys we've had on the show.
He's
just
great.
A really, really nice guy, and a very talented player.
I'm pretty sure he's got some new stuff coming up. I know he's got a new website. I think it's princeoftoronto.ca. I could be wrong. Yeah, princeoftoronto.ca. And I know he just played a show at the Bovine January 8th. We're past the 8th now.
Nice. And that was solo, do you think?
I think it was.
Because he doesn't have a band, does he?
I think he's confusing. I feel like sometimes he has a band, sometimes he doesn't. I like it. He's kind of like on the fly a little bit.
Yeah, and he's a very interesting songwriter.
Definitely.
You know, he's another guy that's tough to pigeonhole.
We listened to his CD quite a few times on the way to ArtsTalk.
Yeah, he's got a rock thing going on. He's got a groove thing. He's got a country thing, a folk thing.
Poetic lyrics. Really, really cool.
Yeah, I think of him mostly as kind of a sensitive singer-songwriter.
Yeah, with some edge, though.
But
some real edge.
Yeah, a bit of downtown Toronto edge. But he's a country boy, right? He's from a small town, if I remember correctly.
I think he's from King. Like I think he was like from just outside of Newmarket.
Was he? I thought he was from down tobacco country. Am I thinking
What's
of somebody
tobacco
else?
country?
You know, like down London way, down that part of, you know, where they have the tobacco farm.
We could make a bet on air right now. $5 says he's from King.
I say $5 he's from tobacco country.
We just shook hands. I get $5.
All right, with $5.
So this song is by Prince of Toronto, and it is called Mystery Books on 102.7 Chop FM.
Fiction, chicks eat from the wise, chicks shows
Something Witchy by, who was that?
Oh, Rue Bella.
Oh, Rue Bella.
I believe that was Rue Bella.
Rue Bella. You wrote that one, right?
Yeah, that was a song that I used to play back in the solo piano days with Natalie Wong, who, if you missed the ArtsTalk episode with her, you can check it out on YouTube.
You gotta check that one out, man. That girl has some skills.
Seriously, she sings, songwriter, amazing violin player. Anyways, yeah, so Something Witchy, that's off of our old EP, which you can find at rubella.bandcamp, and again, it's RUEBELLA.bandcamp.com. And yeah, so we're gonna call it for the night. We're in a little early, but this is we're on the fly right now.
That's right.
It's fine.
See the pants, some people say.
It's fine.
So next week, who's up?
Next week, we've got a special artist named Sohaila Smith, who I think is from outside of Newmarket. I think not country, but folk-esque sort of singer-songwriter.
Is she going to play?
I hope she is.
Yes,
play?
That's a good reason to tune into ArtsTalk, because you never know who's actually going to whip out their instruments and play.
It's true, and it's so nice when we get those live performances. So hopefully, Sohaila, if you're listening.
So tune in at 6 o'clock sharp next Wednesday to hear Sohaila Smith. And we're going to take you out of here with one of our favorite people.
Oh, yes.
Josh Gottlieb and the band Letterbomb. Josh has been in town a lot lately. It's like he's missing Newmarket,
I bet he does. Because Newmarket misses him,
I was at Hungry Brew Hops during the Christmas period with my family, and Josh came up and said hi. And
nice.
We were chatting, so he's back down here enjoying himself.
Oh, good. We're going to have him on the show.
Up in Bose. Yeah, we really should get him. I mentioned that to him, that we should try to coordinate it so he could be down here.
Exactly. We'll figure something out. Special guests. Special time.
Former big man in Newmarket as a promoter.
Oh, yes. And, yeah, his band rocks. We got to play with them, what was it, February? Not February, sorry. What am I saying? What was the date of that? December 10th?
December 10th.
Yeah. At the Grey Goat.
Grey Goat.
With Hysterics and Mip Power Trio, who we heard earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk about that. Sorry. So, for the people who are wondering who they heard that awesome music earlier, we had some Mip Power Trio with Breakthrough, and then we had Million Eyes by Die Sci Fi, who are from Barrie, and they will be on ArtsTalk in a few weeks.
Die Sci Fi's coming on
now. Oh, yes, they
fantastic.
are. Yes. So, anyways.
Who's the best booker?
Oh,
you are.
Thanks. So, yeah, so...
So did we cover everybody that we played there? Jackson?
I think so, and Rue Bella.
And Die Sci Fi.
And that was it.
So, thanks for coming this week, too.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for coming. That was
really
great.
Nice to see you. And nice to talk to you about what's going on.
Always.
Congratulations on the recording.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to hearing that
record.
We
will definitely do a special ArtsTalk show for that EP.
It's going to be huge.
April.
It's going
to be huge.
So tune in next week at 6, and otherwise enjoy Egregious by Letterbomb on 102.7.
Chop FM.